What's up, everyone? This is Cher talking, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, let's talk about a new JRPG called Parasite Mutant that is going to release in 2026. We are here on an article via Gematsu, and it's inspired totally and sometimes borderline identical. That they even mention it here, inspired science fiction horror RPG set in a distant future. Psionic agent Nova was sent on a mission to abandon and secluded island filled with horrifying creatures. Not knowing what would happen on the island would completely change her fate. Now, they say the combat system is using active time chains instead of active time battle, which combines the popular active time battle system used in RPGs of the late 90s and a 3-segment chain system. So you can load 3 bars and players will need to time their actions on each segment and decide whenever they want to save their energy and do a chain release. So some special attacks and stronger attacks will only be available if you load more gauges. As the gauge fills up, players will need to dodge enemy attacks and launch their attack in the best possible time. So you can see that this is more inspired in the first Parasite Eve. The art style uses semi-realistic anime art style and utilizes modern rendering techniques to give our players an HD crystal visual experience. Additionally, we have introduced a retro filter and a CRT filter to bring players back in the late 90s and 2000s. The setting says that it's a diverse array of horrifying mutants in the game. Players will solve various puzzles in search of answers and maybe uncover horrifying secrets on this universe. Parasite Mutant uses classic equipment progression systems, can attach various models into their equipment, exactly like Parasite Eve, or enhance their equipment using plus points. There's even New Game Plus, like the first Parasite Eve, allows players to inherit plus points from their previous playthrough. New Game Plus mode unlocks new locations where players have to continue to strengthen themselves and complete the final challenge. I am very crazy about what they're saying here. I can imagine they mentioning Parasite Eve 1 with all of they are saying here. So it's complicated. And well, the trailer is here. We can watch it and it will be nice. It has only 2 guards that start the scenes, and then she gets 3 guards later. Not seeing a dodge roll. The UI could be improved. There are even mechas to fight. Well, the game is set in the future, so that kind of makes sense. But even the P from Parasite Eve is reused here. I know that's, like I said, borderline identical in some aspects. And the thing is, I love the gameplay trailer because I love Parasite Eve 1 much better than the second one, in my opinion. It seems like they went even more horror than the original Parasite Eve. There are creatures here that look a lot more monstrous and evilish, from Nightmare even. I don't know, sometimes I see some inspirations from, I don't know, Silent Hill. This part is funny because it looks like she's with some heavy sound boxes. Is she singing as well? Because that would be a little too much. Keeping Parasite in the name is to help people find the game whenever they want to find Parasite Eve in any gaming store. Well, as you can see, she also has melee combat, and it's actually pretty nice. She seems to use short and long edges. Some weapons also push enemies away. There are humans you fight as well. This one looks like inspired by Alien. So, that was also very reminiscent of Parasite Eve 1, where enemies will use attacks that will just fall from the sky and you have to evade. I didn't see a dodge roll like I said, so it's harder to evade. She does not run so fast. But my problem with inspired games is when they use way too many things. Like, for example, did they really need to use a blown character? It's kind of like with Tunic. Did they really need to use a green tunic when creating a game inspired by Legend of Zelda? Did they really need to use a blue shield? Well, I don't know. Like I said, the worst thing about the trailer is the UI, the main menu, to be honest. The other UIs are okay. They can be improved. Maybe just placeholder. There are gigantic enemies as well, but the mecha was the most crazy one so far. But you know what? I'm likely going to play this game when it releases. Maybe not on day one, but I am eager to play something related to Parasite Eve. And they know, a lot of people want to play Parasite Eve. Well, Square Enix is not doing anything with the franchise since the PSP. And if you don't know, actually Parasite Eve is inspired by a book, and that's why it's not really Square Enix franchise. They probably have to pay royalties to use the name. But Square Enix is not a poor company. If they really wanted to keep releasing Parasite Eve, they would. Maybe they are lacking a good idea, or they don't think it's gonna succeed in modern era. I doubt. There's a lot of appeal with horror games right now, especially with Resident Evil trying to do third person, first person, and venturing different things and still working. And let's not forget Silent Hill, back from the dead and also selling a lot. Anyway, that's the video for today. Have you watched it? Have you played Parasite Eve back in the days? Do you like it? Please say here in the comments what do you think about this game as well. Hope to see you soon in the next video or live stream. Goodbye.